I promised you a tune for the Corvette C8, so here it is. Consider this a bit of a Christmas present, as this one is going to be good. And as this year comes to a close, I also want to take this opportunity to talk about the state of the channel a bit afterwards. And with that, welcome back to HD Racing. Yes, we already did a video on the Corvette C8 before, but at that point in the Quick Look series I was still just taking a look at stock cars and didn't do any tuning. Since then I evolved the series to also include two tuned versions of the cars, but for the Corvette C8 that wasn't the case. But I really liked the car. It just felt great to drive, was like superb on handling in my opinion. It just was a little bit slow. And it was okay, but in terms of being competitive in multiplayer, I think it needed to be just that little bit faster to be actually really good there. So I wanted to go back and do a proper tune for the Corvette C8, and well, I think I managed to do that. You can see the lap that I was able to do in the background, and well, the car did really surprise me in terms of what it was able to do with the tuning. Just as a reminder, we were doing like a 144.7 or 0.8 without any tuning done to it, which was still quite a lot slower than the untuned Audi R8 with a 144.1. As you can see, we're driving against the ghost of that. But with tuning, this is now the first car where I was actually able to beat the stock Audi R8. And by quite a good margin, I think. And the car still retained its great driving characteristics. So a 143.909, that's a new record for me on this track in the GT series cars. And I was able to do that with this tuning you can see on screen right now. As always, feel free to pause any screen that you want to take a look at in more detail. I did do quite a bit of experimentation and tried to just get the tune in a good state as I could possibly make it. But I'm showing you the full tune because I want you to be able to adjust the tune to your liking, to your personal driving style. So don't take these values at like this is the best tune that you can make. It's not, it's just the best that I could come up with for my personal taste and driving style. But I think it's a good basis to just, for you to take and, well, make your own version out of that. But if you don't want to do that, you can of course, as always, just get the tune in-game. It is shared there under my username HD Racing. But now I actually want to, well, show you something else with a little bit of a change of pace. We are now taking a look at a full rain race at Suzuka. I normally don't show rain races in the Quick Look series as they are not that representative of how a car behaves under like normal circumstances. I mean, rain races happen in multiplayer from time to time, but they are not all that common, I would say. So I normally stick to dry races, or at least races where it's not raining all that much. But in this one, it's actually raining quite heavily. But you will be able to see that the car will do quite well here. And I will let the race play out in the background as I want to focus on something else now. As I said before, the year is coming to a close and I want to take this opportunity to just say thank you. I've started making videos on Forza Motorsport in mid-September in the lead up to the release in October. And since then the channel has been growing quite a lot, which is all thanks to you all watching. So thank you for being here with me on this journey. Thank you for being subscribed, for liking the videos, for commenting, as I always love to interact with you. And thank you for just watching as well. All of that motivates me to keep going and use my free time to make videos for you. For me, this also enhances the gameplay as I don't just do races like mindlessly, but most of the time I also have a goal in mind. I also love exploring new things and sharing my findings and thoughts with you. And also, because of your support, I was able to start monetizing my videos in mid-November, where we did hit the 1000 subscriber mark. And I'm still really happy and actually surprised that that happened so fast. And while it's not all that much that YouTube pays me, as gaming doesn't pay all that well on YouTube, it still helps. It can't, however, replace my job, which is still what pays my bills and is like coming first in terms of priority. I want to quickly touch on my job situation here, as this also affects the channel at least a bit. Since November, I've been on Kurzarbeit in my job, which is a German program where the employer can reduce the work time of the employees so as to not have to lay off anybody because of a deteriorating economic situation, which is exactly what is happening here. So yeah, economics in Germany, at least in some industries, are not that great, and my employer is affected by that. So since November I work less, and I'm also getting paid less because of that. I mean, it's still better than getting laid off, so I won't complain here. But that also means that I do have a little bit more time to dedicate to the YouTube channel, which is what I've been doing the past couple of weeks. And well, for me, it's a great outlet. It's something that I really enjoy doing, and it's nice that it does pay at least a little bit. As I said, it's not all that much, but anything helps. So just thanks a lot to you for making that happen, so that there's at least a little bit of compensation for the time that I do put in. So yeah, I mentioned this to also tell you that I also have enabled 2 of the other monetization features on the channel, which I really haven't talked about at all about. So I just want to mention that, so that some of you maybe haven't noticed, because I mean, it's not all that visible, I think, on the channel. I just want to talk about that. So I've enabled both the membership function and the supers, I think it's called on YouTube, which is basically, if you know Twitch, channel memberships is like their subscriptions. So basically a monthly thing where you can support creators on a monthly basis, and supers is basically donations. Just as a heads up, YouTube does take quite the cut of that, which is also why I have a link in the description, which you can look at, where I have basically via Streamlabs I'm a more direct donation link. So if at any point you want to support me further than you already do, and I want to stress that here, if you want to and are able to do that, only then you can do that via both the tipping via Streamlabs, the channel membership, and the supers. Just as a heads up, that is enabled, but as I said, this is never something that is like mandatory or necessary. It's just something that if you want to support me further than you already do, you can do that via those features. And yeah, I want to stress that it's not something that I really want to like emphasize all that much, because I feel like people giving me their money for what I do is still a little bit weird. Like, I like the fact that YouTube is paying me because of ads playing. That's totally fine, and well, that's how the YouTube ecosystem works. But these other features are something that can really help small creators like myself out. So I did enable those, and they are there if you want to use them. So yeah, just wanted to let you know that that is there. But still, your support just by watching the videos and interacting with them in any way, it just helps so much already. So if you don't want to or can't support in any other way, it's totally fine, and just do what keep doing what you're doing right now. It's definitely helping me out quite a lot still. So yeah, that's that. I also want to mention, by the way, that one of you I want to call out here, which is Blistery, already did see that these features were enabled and already did do a super thanks donation. So I did thank you already, but I want to do that again in this video, Blistery. Thanks a lot for doing that. It really does help me out, as I've talked about with my current situation. So yeah, anything really does go a long way in terms of making this, well, a more profitable thing to do as well, because I gotta be quite honest here, I would love to do this full time. I know that I'm very, very far away from that. I mean, the big YouTubers with like hundreds of thousands of subscribers, they can do this full time. I obviously can't with like a small channel like this. I would love to do that at some point, but yeah, I think we are still quite far away from that. And yeah, it's just something that I wanted to touch on. And well, that's, I think, all that I want to say on that topic. So in the background, you have been seeing that, yeah, I am doing quite well in the Corvette C8, even on a pretty wet track. And yeah, I was doing quite well in this race. Managed to get away from the people behind me quite quickly. And we are already in the last lap and getting, well, to the end of this race. And I will be able to keep it together here and actually win this time, which is a nice thing. I don't have that all that often, even though some of you think that I'm a good driver. I think I'm just decent, nothing more, nothing less. So yeah, just wanted to say that, like, I don't think I deserve some of the praise that some of you guys give me. But yeah, with this race coming to a close and the year coming to a close, I also just want to take this opportunity to quickly just say, there will be a couple more videos, I think, before the end of the year, so this will not be the last one. But I feel like I wanted to address some of this stuff here that I've been talking about. And I now just want to say thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all the support that you've already given and that you will continue to give by just watching the videos. It really means a lot to me and I enjoy doing this. So yeah, thank you so much. I want to wish you and your families a happy holiday season. If you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas to you and a Happy New Year. And I will hopefully see you all in the new year, where I will hopefully also be doing some more live streams to interact with you in a more direct manner. I really enjoy that as well. But yeah, with that, I just want to once again say thanks so much. I've been HD Racing and I will hopefully see you next time.